Ah. Uh, the text today is going to be from Matthew chapter 24. This kind of goes with what we were studying in Sunday school this last week, which was Mark 13. Some of this you would see there as well, but today we're going to be concentrating on starting in verse 36. And then, of course, this is talking about when God will send his son, Jesus, who is our brother. That's pretty amazing, isn't it? You get to thinking about it. There's a lot of things in this chapter that really should be looked at, but can't get to all of that today. By the way, the shine on my head, that's not a halo. I'm just bald. Anyway, but in verse 36 it says, "But of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only." Jesus is talking about even he doesn't know when he's coming back. Only God knows. Jesus is Father, which is our Father. But it goes on in verse 37, "But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be." In verse 40 and 41, it tells about the separation. "Then shall two be in the field, the one shall be taken, and the other left. Two women shall be grinding at the mill, the one shall be taken, and the other left." You don't want to be left. You want to be the ones that are taken. I had a pastor years ago that said that this right here tells that 50% of the population will be taken in the rapture. I don't think so. Not even for a millisecond. It tells why no one except God knows why. It's going to be a secret. It'll just be, we're here, we're gone. It says, "Watch therefore, for you know not what hour your Lord doth come." He's speaking of parable here, but it's the same thing as when he comes. He's talking about a man and his servants. But know this is verse 43, "that if the goodman of the house had known in what watch the thief would come, he would have watched and would not have suffered his house to be broken up. Therefore be you also ready, for in such an hour as you think not, the Son of Man cometh. Who then is a faithful and wise servant, whom his Lord hath made ruler over his household, to give him meat in due season? Blessed is that servant whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing. Verily I say unto you, that he shall make him ruler over all his goods. But, and if that evil servant shall say in his heart, My Lord delayeth his coming, and shall begin to smite his fellow servants, and to eat and drink with the drunken, the Lord of that servant shall come in a day when he looketh not for him, and in an hour that he is not aware of, and shall cut him asunder, and appoint him his portion with the hypocrites. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. You don't want to be that guy, I'm telling you. But the reason nobody knows, not even Jesus, is quite simple and pretty easy to understand if you think about it. Of course, here it's talking about, in our Sunday school teacher, Mike Poe, brought this up, and I'd really never thought of it that way when he said, watch, don't sleep. And it tells here, when it says in verse 43, but know this, if the goodman in the house had known in what watch the thief would come. In the military, you have to watch. Someone, or maybe more than one, are appointed to stay awake and keep a watch for the enemy. Or someone coming back from patrol or whatever, but you're supposed to stay awake. That way the others can sleep, and then you trade off. But this is a different kind of watch. We're all supposed to watch. And the thing is, when we watch, we're ready. You have to be ready when Jesus comes back for his bride. Because if you're not ready, you're going to be one of them evil servants. And not good. That's all I'm going to say about that today. But if anybody knew when Jesus was going to come, all they would have to do is just go, well, he's coming, May the 4th of 2024, and don't think that I'm saying that's when it's going to happen. I just drew that out of my hat, even though I'm not wearing one. But if they knew that's when it was going to happen, they could go out and act the fool until that night. Go to bed early, get up early, be ready, take a shower, put on your Sunday go to meeting clothes on, and you'll be good to go, right? No. And the reason you wouldn't be good to go is because God knows your heart. You can't just, like we saw this a lot a week or so ago on Halloween. A lot of people were dressed up like characters. If you are not saved, but you're looking like it, you're just at a costume party. You're looking like a Christian, and you're wanting to appear to be a Christian, but you're not a Christian. And then you're going to get in there with the hypocrites, and there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Why? Because you're going to go, yeah, see, I'm good. See, I'm all dressed up. I'm ready to go. And then, whoa, how come some of these people aren't here anymore and I'm still here? Oops. Yeah, you need to be ready. You need to be saved. You need to put on the whole armor of God. And you need to study your Bible. You need to read your Bible and study it. there's a difference between reading and studying. When I was in school, uh, I used to read the books, and I would remember what was in those books until after the test, and then I'd hit that delete button. That's the difference between reading and studying. If you study it, you're going to remember it. I didn't remember it because I didn't feel the need to, but we all have a need to study the Bible. And we all have to understand that the only way we're going to truly understand what the Bible is saying is to pray before you read it. God will give you wisdom on these things. Now, some things I've looked at certain verses and things, and like I was talking about a while ago, I never thought about watch, meaning don't sleep, don't slumber, don't get caught napping when Jesus comes. You need to be ready. So, point is, Sunday school teachers, pastors, evangelists, whatever, they can get things from God that maybe you don't. It's not because they're smarter, but it's because God knows they need that information so they can share it with others. And like I'm doing with you today, I'm sharing you with this information with you. God gave me this stuff. I don't just open the Bible and go, oh yeah, here we go. I've been looking at this for a couple of days now, and I've been asking God, tell me what you want me to tell people about this. But some of you, because of your work schedules or whatever, you can't go to church. And you got to be careful who you watch on TV. I'm going to tell you that right now. Because some of those people, all they're caring about is getting your money. I'm not going to name any names because there'll be weeping and gnashing of teeth about that. But the most important part about all of this is to be ready. When Jesus comes, you don't want to be found sleeping. And by sleeping, I mean just not ready. You need to be saved, and you need to be watching for him. I love y'all. See you next time. Bye.